All right, let's change pace now and talk about this.
If you think that I don't understand foreign policy because out of hours of discourse about international affairs, I pause to think about one of the most sensitive geopolitical issues that currently exist on Earth, I'm afraid the issue's not my understanding, but rather the problem is perhaps you've gotten adjusted to a president that never thinks before he speaks.
Righto, okay. Firstly, have you had a couple of wines over the weekend there, Alexandria? Taken a couple of cues from Kamala with the drunken, raspy voice? A few too many word salads, perhaps, in Munich. Secondly, the snoring. The snoring in the background is her partner. So she's taken out the phone. She's done a little Instagram video. Partner is asleep in the background snoring. You can't even hear her because she's got a raspy voice. I mean, does that scream to you, I am a foreign policy expert? No, it does not. So in that video, she attempted to try and clarify that crippling and debilitating brain freeze that she suffered on the world stage last week. And I'll give you a reminder of that exact moment.
And should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that
Hello?
This is, of course, a very longstanding policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point. And we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Yeah, the lights are on, but you're not home, are you, AOC? So here we are a week later. She's popped out of hiding, whipped out the phone in bed, and is blaming her public hallucination on who else but Donald Trump.
If you actually look at what Trump said about this issue himself, he actually had the same, if not a worse, answer.
Oh.
So ask yourself, why do you think the issues turn to that? And I'm going to tell you, it's because, frankly, there are very few people who are actually willing to challenge the foreign policy establishment that continues to send people to war and bankrupt our country for the rich.
I'm sorry, I am so distracted by that snoring in the background. And Alex, honey, let's not forget you were asked a very, very basic foreign policy question, but we didn't quite get to see your intellectual prowess. Why? Oh, of course. It's because of Donald Trump. It is all Donald Trump's fault that there's nothing between AOC's temples. I mean, is this seriously the woman the Democrats maybe want to run for president in the future? Can you imagine her as the commander-in-chief? I mean, she's going to do press conferences from her bed, while the partner's having a sleep in the background. I mean, that is the caliber of individual here. Now, there's only one way to sum this up, and that's in song.
Dumb as AOC, no way, not me.
I think that
AOC, she can't explain it. She overcomplicated. When asked where Venezuela is, the map rotates. She sounds like Kamala Word Salad Part 2. We don't understand, Bad Bunny. We don't understand you. You dumb as AOC, no way, not me.
Yeah, download that. That needs to be a global hit, seriously. Now, look, speaking of stupidity, ladies and gentlemen, I present the Democrats.
Powerful message that we can all agree on. Say it with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, terrific, isn't it? So that was Katie Porter, whose campaign for California governor is in dire straits. And I know you must be thinking, oh, no way. How could she be in dire straits? Now, look, she's so dire herself that she brought a little prop with her to the California Democratic Convention in San Francisco, which read, F Trump, before she clearly had some sort of an episode. And maybe she might need some help for that, because if you needed a reminder of just how lovely this woman is.
that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
I have to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that.
Oh,
Stay out of my shot.
wow. That woman is all class, all class. And then enter another California governor Democrat candidate. This time it's Eric Swalwell, who was at the same cult of personality event.
Raise your right hand if you think this country and California are in trouble, and keep them up. And raise your left hand if it's the biggest trouble we've been in our lifetime. That's why I'm running for governor.
Yeah, and do the hokey pokey and turn around while you got your arms up. I mean, this is the same guy who once penned a graphic, sex-charged college poem boasting of lovers kissing till veins imploded and exploded with blood rolling down our chins. The poem was titled Hungover from Burgundy, describing two partners meeting atop of a hotel before having formless and magnificent sex in a flurry of limbs and nails, with the narrator appearing to relish being bitten. Where on earth are the Democrats finding these candidates? And on the topic of Trump derangement, I now present the ladies of The View. And this one comes with a trigger warning, by the way. Meltdown Central incoming. Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar are listed in the Epstein files.
Yes, if they find enough evidence and really good evidence, because that list has a lot of crazy names on it. And it's almost like a way to muddy the waters so that you say, Whoopi's on the list, right? And so am I think. Why?
But
because
we can't pick and choose.
Wait, let me finish this, please. We're on the list because we were at a party or a wedding or something that somebody might have been. That's what I found out anyway.
Yeah. Like a bunch of flapping chickens laying eggs. I mean, did you take a look at the sheer panic on Joy's face? Can somebody screenshot that and frame it, please? And I love how she goes, we're listed, but only because we went to a party, a wedding maybe, like, no biggie. I mean, you could not have picked a better bunch to be named on the files, especially after they put so much time and energy into calling for their release.
Bottom line is this: release the damn files and release them now. Release everything.
If this does not implicate Donald Trump, why wouldn't you say release everything? They absolutely have to show us what they're all hiding. If there's nothing to hide, release it all.
But all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
Because, they should just say, listen, this is what it is.
Sonny, release the list. Release it. I mean, this is truly incredible, okay? The bitter banshees have had a life epiphany, okay? It's gone from bring down the house, destroy Donald Trump, he's named on the files, to crickets. And have a listen to Joy.
I'm not guilty, obviously, but these other ones, how are you going to decide who's really guilty and who's not?
I think
very tricky.
It's very tricky. I don't know, Epstein. I'm not guilty. Give the woman a Valium. And here's Whoopi with her latest explanation.
Look, you know why my name is there. Because someone was looking for a plane, and that's what people do. They go to all the people who have private planes and say, do you have one?
And you didn't get on the plane.
I didn't get on the plane. I didn't know they were looking for a plane.
Yeah.
I had no idea that the plane that I was supposed to be on was no longer available. So I'm named in there like Whoopi Goldberg needs a plane.
But there are a lot of people that are
Marilyn Monroe is on the list.
Yes.
There were plenty of people that were there are plenty of
Elvis
people
also.
named.
Yeah.
Elvis also, okay? Look, this is priceless. Now, nobody is suggesting any wrongdoing by any of them. But to see karma and hypocrisy just slap them both in the face like that, it's delicious. And do you know who's been vindicated out of all of this? Donald Trump. And now he's released the files. I mean, he's done what the Democrats did not, and the View are freaking out. They're annoyed. They're annoyed because they've got Trump derangement syndrome infiltrating their veins. I mean, they're truly paralyzed by it. And now, they've got nothing to hang on him, have they? Because they've been named. And if that wasn't enough TDS for one day, I have to end it on Gavin Newsom, the Californian Ken doll and Botox extraordinaire. He's out there spreading panic and propaganda about the SAVE Act. So this is the proof of citizenship to vote. And Gavin says, well, he simply cannot comply because he's got no clue where his ID is.
And of course, we're not talking about the other aspects of the SAVE Act that go well beyond ID, and it goes to which is also part of Jim Crow, the history, and that is when it comes to registration, you got to find your birth certificate. If you know where yours is, I have no clue where mine is.
No. Let's just get this right. So Gavin is governor of California, so he's in charge of a state. He might, down the track, consider a tilt at the White House, but the man can't quite find his own birth certificate? Well, have you checked your top drawer, Gavin? It might be sitting beside your miracle hair growth cream.